Hey! Okay, so today I want to talk to you about giving and receiving. It's a big topic in business and in personal life. So the ego mind, oh, and by the way, this is Sedona, Arizona. If you haven't been here, check it out. Hopefully it inspires you to make a little road trip in the winter. The weather's beautiful here. 70 degrees in the winter. Anyway, but let's talk about giving and receiving because it's a big deal in business. It is one of those things that can make or break your business. Okay, so the ego mind has us think that we need to get in order to survive. The ego mind is concerned with the survival of the body. The ego mind wants to get. And it is, if it doesn't get, then something is wrong. If you're not making enough money, don't get enough clients, don't get that client, don't get that love, or don't get that attention, then it freaks out, okay? What is there to do about ego mind? Nothing. It's part of the survival, it's part of the animal brain that has been existent for eons versus the evolution of our spiritual consciousness that is somewhat new. So we build that spiritual consciousness on top of existence of the ego mind, the reptilian brain, that is solely concerned with survival of the body. Okay, so what there is to do is to understand it, and through understanding, go beyond it. Okay, you want to say, okay, good ego, I know you're doing your job, you're helping me survive and all that. But okay, I'm going to go beyond spiritually. Okay? So that's the number one. Number two, the Course in Miracles says to give is to receive. It's the same. It's the same thing. Why? And I want you to maybe write this down and meditate on this and sit on this and see what happens. To give is the same to receive. And just say that and ask to understand what this means. And what this means to me is we are all part of the same. Our spiritual, our essential, our essence, our authenticity is part of the whole, and we are all connected. There are no private thoughts. Okay? So to give to another is me. To give to another is the same as to give to myself. And also there's the other piece of it that I'm just beginning to understand. And so I'm not really the one to teach it, as I'm still in the exploration of what this means. So to give to another is the same as to give to yourself, but also what you give to another is what you receive. Okay, it's the same energy. If you radiate that, then you attract that to yourself. So if you give generously, it doesn't have to be money. It can be your time, your attention, a smile. It is what you receive, okay? So in business, if you are stingy with your time and you are unwilling to give and you're unwilling to serve, you're unlikely going to get the clients and the attention and the kind of abundance and financial wealth that you desire. So that which you want to receive is that which we want to give. You know, I'm just thinking of a couple months ago, I was in Boulder and I was on a date. We had dinner, and after the dinner, I was walking to the garage, and my date, he paid for my dinner. It was over $100. I was really grateful. I'm like, this is really nice, but that's besides the point. It was just the mindset I was in. It was a little bit of gratitude. And I was walking in the parking garage, and there was a lady, homeless lady, sitting in the staircase. But she didn't look like your typical homeless lady. She was wearing yoga pants, nice boots. She had her little suitcase and her little purse, and she's sitting there like neatly organized in the corner and trembling with cold. And I I walked past her, didn't say anything, didn't help her out, didn't say hi, just walked quietly past her on the staircase with my date, who was walking me to my car. And I get to the car, and I said bye to my date, and then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm not okay with this. What would I want done to me if I was in that situation, whatever's going on? Because obviously the lady is in trouble. And so I decided to take my jacket, my winter coat, and go back and give it to her. And what happened was kind of surprising, and it was a very interesting experience. So I tried to give her the coat, and she just wouldn't take it. She was like, no, I'm not gonna accept it. I can't accept this. I can't accept anything. You're gonna need that coat. And I was thinking, I was a little bit disappointed. You know, here I was wanting to give to somebody and they weren't willing to accept it. So I was like, well, I don't want you to sit here in the cold. Like, what happened? Why are you here like that? And she got into a story. Her ex-husband took all her money or something, and she used to be an executive, and it seemed like, in a weird way, I did believe her. It seemed like she was having some mental health issues, but also she got herself in a situation that she's not used to being in. And I asked her, can I pay for your hotel and drive you to a hotel for the night? You're not going to get any sleep. You cannot have the energy to start your life over if this is what you're dealing with. I believe that you're fully capable of, restarting your life and looking for a job or whatever you need to do, but you need to sleep to do that first. And so she wouldn't accept that either. And normally I don't carry cash around, but for whatever reason I had 140 something bucks in cash, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, how do I help this woman? And at one point I asked her, have you never given to anybody? And she kept telling me, like, you cannot give me any money, you need it, blah blah blah, you work hard for your money. And she kept arguing with me and not wanting to accept anything from me, which was just a little bizarre. But I asked her, have you never given to somebody who was in need? And she said, no, I actually haven't. And I'm like, interesting. So you were an executive and you were making a lot of money and never gave to anybody. And it dawned on me, people who, there's this art of receiving and art of giving. Like, if you give and receive, it's like the same thing. If she were to receive, she would have given me a great gift of being able to share the money I have, and would have been able to make me happy. And if she had been giving enough, she would not have the trouble of receiving. So there's this just weird flow that was just closed up for her, and she was not open to giving, not open to receiving. It's the ego mind, just completely ridiculous, running the show. She would rather freeze there at night, trembling the whole night in 20 degrees Fahrenheit in Boulder, in a staircase of a parking garage, rather than say yes to somebody who obviously wants to give to her. So there's this art of receiving that we have to master too. When somebody wants to give to us, we need to accept, because it's a gift to them that we are denying if we don't. Okay, so that's my lesson for the day. And what I want you to sit with for the day is this: to give is the same as to receive. I want you to sit on it and meditate on it, and then I want you to take the lesson a little farther. And what I want you to do is wish to others the things you wish to receive. So, for example, if you're dealing with some anxiety around a relationship or lack of financial success, and you wish some peace in the matter, wish that peace in the matter to others. wish what you wish to receive to others. Give that to others. For example, I give you a peace of mind, and think of a specific person and watch what happens. What you're going to notice is that you're going to feel more and more peaceful about the matter, or joyful, or more trusting. So that's my homework for you, and I will see you soon.